Hey folks, this is Rhykker with an Overwatch Doomfist video. Doomfist has officially been revealed as Overwatch's next character. Blizzard released a developer update video talking about Doomfist, a cartoon animation showing us some of his backstory with some really cool fight scenes, a page on the official Overwatch website showcasing all his abilities and his lore, and he's even playable on the test server. So now that this much anticipated reveal has finally happened, here are 10 things we've learned about Doomfist. This info doesn't really have to be in list format, but it's just easier for some people to digest that way. So first, we've learned that Doomfist is a 45-year-old man named Akande Ogundimu. We already knew his name and had deduced that he was Nigerian based on the teaser that we got on Tuesday, which we covered in this video here. But we had no idea about his age, and personally, I expected him to be a little bit younger. But then I found out that Terry Crews is actually 48, so damn, these guys are fit. I need to take better care of my body. We also learned that Doomfist was born into a well-regarded Nigerian family, and he was the heir to his family's prosthetic technology company. I don't know why, but I expected Doomfist to come from a less well-to-do background, and maybe rise up as a guerrilla warrior. Turning him into what amounts to a rich kid definitely subverted my expectations. Next, we've learned that Doomfist is said to be highly intelligent and charismatic. Again, this subverted my expectations. You'd think someone named Doomfist would be all about raw power, brawn over brains. The charismatic part I could see. The Doomfist posters in Numbani suggested that at least one of the former Doomfists could have been charismatic in his savior role. We also learned that Doomfist loves martial arts, and he's trained in traditional African fighting styles, including Dambe and Gidigbo. He competed in tournaments all across Africa, and is said to have tremendous speed and strength. Once again, this subverted my expectations. I thought he'd just be brute strength and not have agility as well. I also didn't expect him to have a ton of technique, just, again, raw power. We learned that Doomfist lost his right arm in the aftermath of the Omnic Crisis, and the number of amputees in Overwatch just rises and rises. It was his family's company that built a cybernetic arm for him, which has made him even stronger. Now, for a year, we've seen this image of Doomfist, and we've speculated about it. Could he be an Omnic? Could he be a cyborg? Why is his gauntlet so different from the other Doomfists? Well, some people accurately predicted that he would be a human with a cybernetic arm, and the gauntlet was just being worn on that cybernetic arm. We learned that this Doomfist was recruited by the second Doomfist, the Scourge, to become a mercenary. The Scourge also brought Doomfist into Talon. So we've also learned that the Scourge was a part of Talon during the times that he was raiding Numbani. After the teaser on Tuesday, people were telling me, Rhykker, this Doomfist isn't the third Doomfist, it's the second Doomfist, it's the Scourge. And I'm like, no guys, we know the Scourge's name, it's not the same guy, come on. Next we learned that Doomfist, as well as Talon, believe in making humanity stronger via conflict. This is really interesting to me because it means that Talon and Doomfist both aren't just villains for villainy sake. Boring villains are those that just want to destroy everything. But Doomfist and Talon apparently both want to make the world a better place, which is also what Overwatch wants. But Overwatch is firmly against conflict, whereas Talon believes that conflict is what will strengthen humanity. And when you have two entities vying for similar but incompatible goals, that's when you have the most interesting rivalries. Next, we learned that this Doomfist killed the Scourge, Doomfist number 2, and took his gauntlet and adopted the mantle of Doomfist. He then rose to become a prominent figure and leader within Talon. We also learned that Reaper is one of the other leaders in Talon, and that there's actually a council of leaders that oversee Talon. Sometimes they agree, sometimes they disagree, and there are power struggles. Doomfist is apparently a very important figure in this leadership. And this ties in neatly to the Sombra conspiracy graphic. It answers a question about whether the Doomfist Gauntlet and Talon were connected. We now know for sure there is a line connecting Talon and Doomfist. You can check out the video on that conspiracy graphic for more info. We also learned that Winston put Doomfist behind bars. We knew that Winston had defeated one of the Doomfists, but we didn't know which, and we didn't know that he was imprisoned after being defeated. We also learned that it was Winston, Tracer, and Genji together that fought Doomfist. And lastly, we learned that Doomfist basically broke himself out of prison. He literally punched his way out. This dude's a monster even without his gauntlet. Oh, and a bonus thing that we learned about Doomfist, he is not voiced by Terry Crews. Sorry guys, I'm also pretty devastated. And that wraps up this video. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Are you happy with Doomfist, or were you expecting something different? Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch and Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. If you enjoyed this video, please share it, check out these other videos, and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders for more Overwatch content.